Hello guys, welcome for another Leetcode challenge. Today we're going to solve the number of good pairs. Let's try to understand the thing. Given an array of integers norms, a pair I in G is called good if norms of I is equal to norms of J and I is less than J. Return the number of good pairs. This is our example here. Number of good pairs is 4. Explanation: there are 4 good pairs. So we have 0, 3. This is 0. This is 3. They are equal. Right, norms of I should be equal to norms of J, and I is less than J. So we can't have 3, 0. It's always 0, 3. We equally have 0, 4. That's it. Index 0 and index 4 have the same integer inside. Now we have 3, 4, which is these two ones on side by side. And finally we have 3, 3. That's what gives at index 2 and index 5. I think we get the scenario now. Now this one here, we have 6. Each pair is the array in the array are good. Okay. 1, 1. So we know those are 1 ones. Okay. So thinking how we can approach this. Okay. So you can do something like now this is our original array here. So if we traverse this array, we're starting from 1 here, so we get a 1. Or let's say it's at index 0. Those are indices. Okay, so as we traverse, we look for every other index that has 1 also, and store the index and store the pair all and count the pair if you like. So this is 0, this is 3, so we have 0, 3, and then we get this one which is 4, we have 0, 4, and then we reach the final element which is not 1, so we're done there. This is the first loop for 1. Yeah, index 0 and the number is 1, and then we start back the loop again from 2. So at index 1 the number is 2. What do we get? We're going to traverse right to the end, and there will be no pair that is equal to 2, and then we start again the loop at index 2, sorry about that, yeah, index 2, and the number is 3. So this is 2, we're going to make 2, and then we keep traversing 2, 3, 4, 5, we need 5, because at index 5 we have 3, and then we come back to the array and start looking from 1. You get the scenario. So we start looking from index 3, the element there is 1, so I'm going to get 3, 4, and then we start back the loop again from the second to the last at index 4, and the element is 1. From here we won't meet any other one ahead, and then we start again the loop from the last index. That's index 2, and the element there is 3, and we won't meet anything. Basically we should even stop at the second to the last so that we can spare this cycle and gain in speed. But anyway, if we consider it, there is nothing. So at the end we can see the 4 pairs coming out here. So we keep looping the array progressively, but starting from 1 index ahead from where we looped the last time. So we start at index 0 for the first loop, and the second loop at index 1, and the third loop at index 2, till we arrive at the end. So we have to keep looping. I'll create like a looping variable. I'll just call it the looper. It starts at 0, so it has to loop till while, because let's loop till n minus 1. We don't, like I said before, we don't need this last loop. Yeah, this is optional. So we have to keep looping while the looper is less than the length of names, I think minus 1, for the second to end of the second to the last. So this is going to condition us to the looping like this. For every loop we increase the looper. You can see here it starts at 0 and it goes to 1. So at the end of the while loop, the looper will increase. Yeah. Okay, now why do we do the loop? We have to have like our counter that will be counting the number of pairs. For now it's 0, and that will definitely be our answer. So we return counter. Okay, we could even we can make it to be an counter array, so that we'll actually put the pairs inside, and here we'll return the length of that pair. Okay, now inside this loop we have to start looking for these pairs. Now it's going to be now another for loop to traverse through. So we have an I, that starts at 0. Actually it starts at the looper. Remember here it started at 0, and then here it started at 2, at 1, sorry, and then 2 here. So it started at the looper, and it always goes right to the end. So y is less than names.length. Let's increment. What do we do? We're going to check if names of the looper, because when we're looping we always have a reference. When we were at index 0, the element there was 1, so this is our reference. So as we're looping, we were checking if any other number is equal to our reference. That reference is at the index of the looper. So if the number of looper, if nums of looper is equal to nums of the looping variable, which is I, what do we do? We're going to store the pair inside our counter. So inside our counter, we're going to push I and j, which is looper. Let me just call this j here so that it makes more sense. So the exercise says I and j here, and from our exercise, I is looper, and we have a j, which is our normal j. So if you find the pair, we push looper j. Okay, and here let's console log the counter array. So it's gonna loop, increment I, and start back the loop until this condition breaks. So I need to comment this, and let's try the code just to be sure that we have our number of pairs. We got a fatal error, heap of memory. Now this is a very inefficient algorithm if it's, but it's simple approach. So it loops the same array multiple times. Generally we need to look for so we have like for complexity n square, we need to look for a way to be faster, but for now it looks like that is the error we are having. This is our array. Okay, let's see. I wanted all of this to work before we can optimize. Heap out of memory. Oops. Looper equal to looper plus 1. Maybe this out of memory. It was, since this wasn't incrementing, this loop must be running eternally, and we had our memory full. That's why we out of memory here. Let's see what we get right now. Okay. Standard output. Why is our counter? Okay, if it's number 10, it's equality. If it's equal. Okay, let's try it again. That was an error because the one equal sign is about taking the what is on the right of the operation and putting inside the left. But right now we have 3 4 no 0 3, sorry, 0 4. We're supposed to push the pairs. What's the issue? If I push it in the form of an object, what do we have? Maybe something like this. The looper. Okay, what is the issue? Normally we're not supposed to have the keyword looper here. We're supposed to have like a pair. Looper is the number. It doesn't get this like a variable. That's the matter. That's how, yeah, that's how objects are put in JavaScript. Okay. Let's try to put this in the form of sub arrays like this. And it's gonna be a comma. Yeah. Let's run. Okay, so these are our pairs. You have 0, 0, 0, 3. So we're not supposed to have 0, 0. So here we should start at looper plus 1 because let's come to our demonstration here. When you start the loop at index 1 here, index 1 there is 2, you start a comparison with the next, so that is why we should start at looper plus 1. Okay, what do we get? Right, so now we have our 4 pairs and we return the length. So I think we're good to go. Let's run the definite submission. Alright, this is the simplest approach to this. There are more optimal ways because this loops the array multiple times. So I try to do it as simple as possible for YouTube, but now I'm gonna come out with another version to make it more faster. Like how can we get this answer by looping the array maybe once. Yep. For now, see you on another video, guys.